With Ripple Labs reportedly coming close to a settlement, the XRP price has skyrocketed over the last few weeks after flying from 31 cents to 55 cents in just 17 days. And it seems that investors have quickly jumped from a heavily bearish sentiment to believing that the bull run has now returned. But is it really that simple? Well, if you're in the crypto space, you'll probably know about the ETH merge, which has recently been a little bit of a flop because people were expecting explosive price upon that ETH merge actually going live. And what's actually happened is the market has continued to fall since that actual event took place. So are we facing a similar scenario with the Ripple Labs lawsuit? Now, I believe like the ETH merge, this has already been priced in. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly where I bought 54,000 XRP and exactly where I sold $17,000 worth of that to make $17,000 in 17 days. But before we jump onto the charts, I'm going to make my breakfast. You're going to subscribe to the channel because at 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give away 1,000 XRP for all the love and support that you guys are showing on the channel. So this is the account that I've been using to demonstrate some of the buys and sells that we've sort of performed in the past and we will be doing going forward through a little series that we called the Road to 500k, where we started with around 30k and we're going to turn it into six figures basically and hopefully into 500k in the coming years, and just sharing a sort of journey together on the channel. This is the account. These are the sort of holdings at the moment, around 15,000 XRP currently being held. After we took profits, we have an additional $40,000 now sat on the sideline to reinvest at those lower prices that we think now are going to come through. And up here on the right hand corner, you can see that of course that is my name, Callum, and this is in my account. So just want to show you this here before we dive into the sort of technicals, if you will. These are the buys and sells that we have done so far using this account. So as we can see here, we bought, we sold the top perfectly. We didn't sell everything, we sold our stake, okay? So if the market moves higher, we'll continue to make money. If the market moves lower, we have capital on the sideline. We literally cannot lose. The market sells off. We bought at this particular level for a reason. We injected that capital once again. We then bought the very low here, 31,800. We sold at the top of this range a little portion of that for around a 25% profit. Then we had around a 70% move. And once again, we've taken our full stake out of the market. So it doesn't really matter what happens next, because at the end of the day, if the market goes higher, we'll continue to make more money. If the market comes lower, you know, we sort of now have that capital on the sideline to reinvest. At the same time as just in these two small trades that we've taken, we can see basically from that sort of Kraken account that we now have 15,000 XRP floating risk-free with an additional $40,000 left on the sideline, and we literally cannot lose. So these are some of the teachings that I want to teach you about investing as well through this channel, not just crypto, just all of the finance things that we're going to share together on the channel. So in terms of the technicals and why I sort of bought and sold at these levels, I was really sort of expecting the market to sell off from the highs, which it did perfectly. We bought those first ones at around here that we just saw over here, sold the top perfectly, no problem. Bought here, sold here. We then expected the market to move lower. And where did we want the market to move into? Well, what we saw was the majority of the larger moves in this market had came out of the sort of 30 cent region or around that zone. So this was the next area at which I was looking to get back in. So I did drop around another 17k into the market at this level. With that sort of that key area right there, this area was shared with actually our members. And if you're not following me on Twitter, I share a lot of these ideas over there as well. Make sure you do check that out. I share a lot of crypto content on there, and I know that will be beneficial for you guys. So this is where we executed the buys right down here, the first ones just above this zone, as seen right here. We then went for a period of sideways price action, and what I was sort of taking note of was the larger spectrum, okay? And everyone on Twitter was becoming increasingly bearish, which was leading me to believe that we're going to have a bullish move. We're going to have a little bit of a recovery move before we go lower, because there's so many people that are now bearish that we need to switch them back to bullish for that bearishness to continue, if that makes sense, okay? Because everyone's constantly getting caught on the wrong side of the market. So Twitter is actually a very good place to check for market sentiment. When everyone's going short, you probably want to go long. And when everyone's going long, you probably want to go short, which is exactly what we've done here. Bought the fear once again, sold the pump. We never sell everything, but we always sell something, okay? And that's going to be the narrative through this whole series and this journey that we do share with this investment pot together. This won't be the last video if it's your first time checking me out. Another reason to stay subscribed and see the journey with this investment pot. So we then looked at where we can take profit. And for me, this was at a major level for the market to turn around from, because we had these weekly lows here, okay? And what we saw was these candle bodies straight across here. We saw that the market wicked out of that region previously. The market broke through, came back, retested that as a level of support. Market popped down again, bounced from that level. We broke through and never retested that region. So for me, I was thinking, well, there will be a lot of sell orders around that region and my order might not get filled. So what I did is as shown here, I moved my order forward to 53 cents, slightly back towards us, not being too greedy, and just took my stake out at that level. And, you know, pretty much from the lows right here of where we executed the second buy, we can see quite clearly right here on September the 5th of 2022. If we have a look at what was going on that day, we can see right down here at the lows, we bought at 31,800. And from this region, it took 17 days then for us to sort of extract that, that $17,000 back out of the market. Okay. If we look at the history, you can see here the multiple XRP trades that were being filled, 8,000, 8,000, 6,000. Okay, as they were getting filled overnight, because the orders don't fill in one. So that was a sort of reason behind why we took profit out of the market at that level. There were a number of other reasons. I'm a smart money concept trader or investor, so I do use some of those concepts as well. But nevertheless, it was basic support and resistance, buying at this level, trusting my analysis, not going all in at this level, in case the market did drop lower. We've now mitigated all risk, and the truth is it doesn't matter what happens next, because we've made money either way. We bought the very bottom, we bought the fear when everyone was going short. Everyone was coming back into the market because of this so-called settlement. It's going to be next week, all the rest of it. And the truth is none of these announcements are actually beneficial to you, okay? And what you want to do is always do the opposite of what the majority of people are doing. So as the market started to pump, I looked at the next area for the market to turn around from, mitigated the risk and took my stake back. So then if it goes higher, I make more. If it comes lower, I quite simply buy more for that same initial risk, and I cannot lose. So that's leaving us in pretty good stead moving into the end of 2022, as we expect prices to move much lower than where we currently are today. So I'm expecting a pretty bloody end to the year for crypto, but for us, there's nothing to fear. As I've just shown you guys, we've positioned ourselves to win either way. So if you're interested in keeping up with this sort of content, you're interested in this sort of new style of finance content that I've been releasing on the channel, and you want to be in that 1,000 subscriber, 1,000 XRP giveaway, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the video, and make sure you drop some love in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.